Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS, and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, Ravens fans. Get ready because this could be one of the most significant potential moves we've seen in recent years. And it revolves around none other than Maxx Crosby, the relentless edge rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders. Rumors are swirling in Vegas about the Raiders potentially trading Crosby, and if it happens, it could send shockwaves through the AFC North and beyond. Let's dive into what's happening behind the scenes, what it could mean for the Ravens, and how this might reshape the landscape of the league. First, let's set the scene. The Raiders, sitting at a disappointing 3-10 record in 2025, are currently drowning in problems. Their defense is hemorrhaging points, giving up an astonishing 32 points per game, and their overall team performance has taken a nosedive. The team is in full rebuild mode, which is evident in their approach to roster management. They're reportedly looking to clear cap space, about $21 million, to make a run at acquiring a quarterback and rebuilding their offense. But the big news is that they're also open to trading Maxx Crosby, a player who's become one of the league's most feared pass rushers. Crosby, the fierce defender out of Eastern Michigan, has become a cornerstone of the Raiders' defense. His stats speak volumes. 2025 has been another stellar year for him. With a PFF overall grade of 98, ranking him as the fourth best edge rusher in the league, Crosby's impact is undeniable. His pass rush grade of 92.4, placing him third among all edges, combined with his run defense at 85.2, shows his all-around dominance. Over 13 games, he's accumulated 12 sacks, 55 solo tackles, 4 forced fumbles, and an impressive 32 tackles for loss. His pressure numbers are eye-popping, 128 pressures so far, ranking him in the top 2 in the league, averaging around 9.8 pressures per game. This is the kind of player that can change the complexion of a game single-handedly. His career is marked by consistency and clutch performances. Crosby has accumulated over 78 sacks and 260 tackles in his career, with a win rate of about 33%, which puts him among the top in the league. His EPA per sack at -0.29 shows he's often a game winner when he's on the field. Despite battling some injuries, like a sprained ankle in Week 4, he's been able to log 96% of the snaps when healthy, demonstrating his durability and importance to the team. Standing at 6'5", weighing around 255 pounds, Crosby's physical profile is reminiscent of some of the league's best pass rushers, and he's been compared favorably to players like Garrett, especially considering his plus 10% in hurry rate according to PFF metrics. His pressures per game average nearly 10, and his ability to generate big plays is undeniable. For instance, in Week 9, Crosby recorded 3 sacks against the Kansas City Chiefs, forcing 2 fumbles and consistently applying pressure that disrupts the offense. His ability to collapse the pocket and create turnovers makes him a prime target for teams looking to bolster their pass rush. Now, why would the Raiders consider trading Crosby? Well, besides the obvious cap squeeze, they're reportedly operating with just about $7 million in cap space. The team's outlook is bleak. Their Super Bowl odds are around plus 3,000, and after a rough start at 0-6, it's clear they're in full rebuild mode. Their offensive line has been battered, with 5 concussions on the unit, and their defensive DVOA has plummeted to 30th in the league. The team is clearly prioritizing a rebuild, and getting rid of Crosby, who's 28, would free up significant cap space and assets to rebuild faster. Rumors suggest they're eyeing a major overhaul, especially on offense, and a trade involving Crosby would net them multiple draft picks and possibly a promising young wide receiver to help develop their offense. From the Ravens' perspective, this potential trade could be a game changer. Currently sitting at 8-5, Baltimore's defense has been solid but needs an extra push to elevate to elite status. Their pass rush has improved significantly, with pressures up by 75% over the previous years, and sacks increasing from 35 to 53 this season. Adding Crosby, who's been a force for the Raiders, would give our front seven a new dimension of relentless pressure and versatility. Imagine Crosby lining up next to David Ajabo, who's already shown flashes of brilliance with 6 sacks this year, and Adisa Isaac, who's been out since Week 7, but was expected to be a key piece for this defense. Crosby's presence would elevate the entire unit, especially in a division that's increasingly competitive and where the difference between winning and losing often hinges on the ability to get after the quarterback. The secondary, which has suffered injuries like Nate Wiggins' concussion in Week 11, would also benefit from a more aggressive pass rush. Crosby's ability to generate pressure and force turnovers would help cover the secondary's vulnerabilities, giving our defensive coordinator more options to blitz or drop into coverage. As a result, the Ravens' defense could become even more disruptive, increasing their pressure rate and reducing points allowed per game. This would be especially impactful against divisional rivals like the Bengals and Steelers, where every possession counts. Looking deeper into the impact, the Ravens could see their chances of making a deep playoff run improve dramatically. With Crosby's addition, the team's odds to reach the Super Bowl could shift from around plus 1,000 to plus 550, especially considering his playoff-grade pressure rate, which jumps by 24% when it counts. His ability to generate big plays in big moments, like his 3 sacks against the Chiefs, which included forcing 2 fumbles, could be exactly what Baltimore needs to push through the postseason. His presence would also serve as a message to the rest of the league. The Ravens are serious about competing at the highest level, and they're willing to make bold moves to secure their future. Of course, there are questions. Can the Raiders get enough in return? Will Crosby be motivated to leave a team that's clearly in turmoil? And how would this trade impact Baltimore's salary cap and roster construction moving forward? These are all valid concerns. But given the potential upgrade in talent and the immediate boost to the Ravens' pass rush, many insiders believe this move could be worth the risk. Crosby has shown he's a game wrecker, and in Baltimore's aggressive defensive scheme, he could thrive even more. As we look toward the playoffs, the importance of adding a player like Crosby cannot be overstated. The AFC is stacked, and every advantage counts. Teams like the Bengals and Chiefs have elite pass rushers, and if Baltimore wants to stay competitive and even push for a Super Bowl, they'll need to bolster their front with proven talent. Crosby could be that difference maker, especially with his playoff experience and knack for clutch plays. In conclusion, this potential trade is not just about acquiring a star pass rusher. It's about signaling to the league and to ourselves that the Ravens are all in on contending again. Crosby's arrival would transform our defense into a nightmare for offensive lines across the league and could be the spark that propels Baltimore to another Super Bowl appearance. Whether or not it materializes, the buzz is real, and fans should stay tuned because the offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Crosby would be the perfect piece to help us chase another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens, and I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep pushing toward that next championship. Go Ravens!